Good morning, everyone. How was your weekend? Hope it was good. I know mine was. Mine was good because I have to share a little something with you. I did absolutely nothing. There were any plans I had, they ended up canceled, and I really didn't have anything else that I cared to do, so I did nothing. I sat right here on this couch. I took a few naps. I watched some movies. I watched a little YouTube. I read from a few books. And of course I screwed around on Twitter a little bit. Also, if you haven't caught the series with me talking about tabletop role-playing games, there's a link in the description below. It will be changing very, very soon. The video is up on Odyssey. I'm probably going to put that link in there today. And this is part 3 that we're talking about. So I hope that you caught parts 1 and 2. If not, you can simply stay on our tribal channel on Odyssey or YouTube, I think, and you can check it out. You can also check it out on Spotify if you just want to hear it. So there is that. We're going to do something just a touch different today. Just a little bit different. We're going to do this sort of the same layout we did last week, but it's just going to be a little bit different because this week I've asked the cards for something different. It seems that a very hard message was being pounded home yesterday. Or not yesterday, sorry, but last week. Last week there was a very hard message of we needed to take a little time to ourselves, we needed to quiet all the noise, we needed to get away, we needed to put our work in, because now we're in a full moon. And we're trying to make the unmanifest in our lives manifest. We're trying to bring those things into existence. The question is really, what are you trying to bring into existence? What are you trying to bring into your life right now that does not exist? And so that's exactly what this reading is going to be all about. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the week. So let's just go ahead and do this, shall we? Starting with you, our significator card is a balsamic moon, indicating that it's time for healing. And you know, it goes right along with the 3 questions that I did ask the cards, because I asked specifically, what's falling away first? And I gave it a shuffle. I asked, what is the full moon trying to show us? What is it trying to reveal in our lives? And I shuffled again. And I asked also, what is the potential outcome? And that's where I shuffled one last time and I stopped. But this time for healing that we're having right now, that balsamic moon is telling us that what we're looking for is a time where we can rest and recuperate a little bit. But it's letting you know that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. But before you take your next step, you need to make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. So it's not the time to paper over cracks or simply pretend that everything's okay. So you still probably need a little more time to heal and soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself, anything is possible if you believe it. It's also a time to let go and wait to hear a little guidance from the spirit that surrounds you. So you can have those powerful insights. If you know someone or something isn't really good for you, this card's a reminder to let go. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so that you're ready when the time comes. So you're about to turn a corner. You need a little more time to heal. And you need to think about how the situation would look if everyone were healed, right? Okay. So, what is falling away from you right now? A full moon in Taurus. So the fact that your dreams need a very practical plan. You should already have that plan in place. You should also be thinking ahead. What does that look like? And yeah, I'm letting that sit in your brain for just a minute. See, here's the thing. Laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change that and own it. Now, here's the other thing. Chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase a dream. Jealousy or envy can create negative energy and attract negativity. So you need to understand that. And of course, a little more exercise here. Now, when we say exercise, we're not talking about doing push-ups, doing jumping jacks, doing burpees, unless your goal is perhaps physical fitness. If your dream is to become a bodybuilder, then there's that. But what we're talking about is the exercise, those things that you do to achieve your dream. Now, what have we said about dreams and plans? Dreams only exist in your head. I love how some people say, chase a dream. Well, I'm going to temper that just a little bit. Chase a goal. You want to know how to chase a dream? It's very simple. Put a plan to your dream, turn it into a goal, and chase that. Because goals are realistic. Goals are grounded. Goals have meaning. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to become a tarot reader. I wanted to become an oracle reader. I wanted to become a rune reader, and I chase it every day. Even did a little bit of reading on the runes last night, and let me show you. Actually, let me show you a different book. One that I intend to take to work with me today. Okay, here we are. Now, understand that the book I am going to show you is no longer in print. But this came highly recommended to me, and I really wanted to read you this one little paragraph because this is super powerful to me. The Magus views the light as a real phenomenon of the mental kind to be sought out as a source of transcendental wisdom. His most common and earnest magical act is to court the light in the hope that it may manifest in all its brilliance. To attain this desire may change him in ways society may not deem favorable. When the Magus attains harmony with the all, the things of the world often lose their illusion of importance. The very reason the Magus thinks he desires the power and wisdom of the light may become meaningless once the light has transformed him. Therefore, the petty dabbler in the art had best think twice before he seeks the light, lest he find himself changed beyond recognition. Although in truth he has little to fear, the light only manifests to those who are worthy to receive it in the judgment of the all. And that comes from this book, The New Magus by Donald Tyson. This book was published in 1988. Believe it or not, I was 10 years old when this book came out. The cover price on this was like $13, like $12.95. This was published by Llewellyn back in the day, and I got it for $30. Obviously, it's a used book. but it was very well loved, very well taken care of. Yeah, it's got some character to it. But here's the thing. The information in this book so far, I'm not that far into it, has been very valuable. So think about it. If you're chasing power and money, once you attain it, you know what's going to happen? It's going to become meaningless. But if you're chasing your dreams and your goals, all the rest of it kind of comes with it. And again, they become kind of meaningless in the overall grand scheme of things. So, what is the full moon trying to show you right now? You got a brand new moon in Libra. A romantic cycle. You know, we talk about you a lot, but we don't talk about the people that you share these kinds of things with, do we? We really don't. And we don't do it enough. But one thing I will say is, you can achieve all the success in the world. You can achieve all the money, all the power, and eventually, you got no one to share it with, it becomes pretty empty. And so, what is the potential outcome here? Another full moon in Virgo tells you you're good enough. You ever just kind of looked at something really good and go, what did I do to deserve that? Plenty of us look at bad things that happen and go, what did I do? But often, the same people will look at something good and go, well, why me? Well, what did I do to deserve that? You know, I can think of a million reasons I don't deserve that. But the fact is, you do. What you have to do is you have to get rid of this idea that you're not good enough. Let me put it to you this way. I've told you before that you're the most powerful person in your sphere of influence, and you are. You can change anything you want about your life if you have the drive and the determination enough to do it. If you want it badly enough, you'll get it done. And still, there are people that think, oh, I'm not good enough for that, or I don't know how to do that. And they always leave it on the one person who can do it, or will do it. And don't you know, when they do that, they pass on golden opportunities all the time. And those golden opportunities pass them by. That little action you didn't know today, if you learn it today, can be the one little tool in your toolbox that makes all the difference later. Seems like an insignificant thing, but trust me when I say it's not. It's hardly insignificant. Because the more you do it, the better you become at it. You know, Venture Satanus talked. He posted a recent YouTube video where he talked about tabletop role-playing games and what we call random tables. If you don't know what that is, I can explain very quickly. A random table is sort of like a little table of contents. It's a block of text in like a field, like a spreadsheet almost, and it tells you, okay, you need a random encounter for your players as someone who runs games, a GM or DM or whatever. Roll this die, and then based on that roll, if you get a 1 it's this, if you get a 2 it's that, so on and so forth. Oh, you need random treasure to give that's not in your campaign. Well, roll this die, and if it's any one of these numbers, it's going to be you just give them whatever the number corresponds to. The good thing about those is it's a very quick solution for a guy like me who is very busy at times and has to carve out time for himself. However, it's like anything, it could be overused. And then your imagination goes, well, I don't need to do anything. And Benjer brought up a good point. He said, whenever we over-rely on something like that, and I'm paraphrasing here, when we over-rely on something like that, we don't use our imaginations because we wonder, is this going to be good enough? Am I going to faceplant and fail? He said, do it. Faceplant, fail. One of the things just to kind of reinforce his point, one of the things I learned from one of my electronics books was the very tagline for it was burn things out, blow stuff, burn things out, mess things up, that's how you learn. And I learned very quickly why it was important to have a resistor in between 9 volts worth of batteries and an LED. When I took the resistor out of the equation, the result was both beautiful and terrifying all at the same time. And if you've never seen an LED blow out and sputter and catch fire, it's a pretty awesome sight. I'd recommend doing that outside though, in a very well ventilated area. That's when I learned the importance of resistors. Yeah, but you didn't know your buddy Raven liked to play around with electronics, did you? Well, I do. Anyway, the point of this is that you are good enough. You're good enough right now. But you need to start taking those steps to get better. So you failed, so what? What did you learn from it? That's a pretty heavy thing for a Moonology Monday, but I think it makes a great point. It's time for us to stop being afraid of failure. Your fear of failure can keep you from learning things. Looking at this new romantic cycle, how many of you have ever been worried about being shot down? Don't worry about being shot down. Just go for it. Clean yourself up. Give yourself a little, freshen up. And then go for it. Go for that guy. Go for that girl. Just talk to them. Play it cool. Play it easy. You're going to be just fine. And guess what? You never know how far that person could take you in your dreams and your goals, do you? Alright, I'm going to get out of here. Get this thing done. Get it out to you. And of course we're going to do this on high notes as well. So I hope that you'll tune into that. Get a little something extra out of it. Also, if you want your own private reading, links are in the description down below. Have a look. Never know. Might not be for you. Could be for someone else. Give them a gift. You never know. Never know what could come of it. Anyway, gotta run. Just remember, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up, and as always, shine on. Just like the full moon. I just noticed something and I wanted to put this in front of you. Little post-credit scene. Doesn't really mean anything. I'm not going to spout any profundities here, but I think you should see this. I just put my cards down, and if you notice, the phases of the moon actually kind of line up pretty sweet. That's cool, huh? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, later.